Welcome, race fans, to the Western States Racing League. Round number 7, live from New Hampshire. I'm Alan Bergen, just south of St. Louis here in the ABS Studios. Welcome in as we are getting ready to go 120 laps here in New Hampshire, the Magic Mile. And I tell you what, this is going to be a fun one here, week number 7. As we've seen some new winners, some different winners, but nonetheless, 23 trucks signed in to do battle here. And 120 laps, 2 gray white checkers, no battery pairs. And we are at 69 degrees in the stands, 62% relative humidity, and a 13-mile-an-hour wind. And right now on the racetrack, it is just about 94 degrees. As we get ready to go qualifying here, we're going to go trackside here as we got some trucks definitely getting ready to get onto the racing surface. As it looks like. There we go. We got some trucks onto the racing surface right now. On the track first is number 17 of Wayne Hutchinson, who put up a fast time of 30.58. So far, he's got the time to beat. Bob Beltrami, the Beltrami Salami, number 14 on the racetrack right now. Trying to get to that 30.58 of Wayne Hutchinson. Want to thank everybody for joining us here on the broadcast tonight. Hope you're having a great Tuesday night. Bentley Glazer sets the fast time. Now that the bar's been up, still 30.34. Bob Beltrami on his first lap. Off of turn number 3 and 4 through the Echo Park restart zone. Bob Beltrami's first lap is going to be third quickest with a 30.53. Right now he's falling all the way back to 5th. Down the back straightaway. Can he do better on that second lap? Off of turn number 3 and 4. And survey says he's going to go 5th quickest with a 30.49. Right now, Scott Patton with the time to beat as Ayrton Tobin there sitting on pit road in that 99 truck. Sporting the Taco Bell colors that, sporting the Taco Bell colors. Taco Bell number 99, he's got a Liv Moss. He's getting ready to come out for his first of 2 qualifying laps here at New Hampshire. So we want to see what he's going to be capable of doing. Turn number 3 and 4 to trip the timing tower. And now Ayrton Tobin is on the clock. He's going to try to take it to the middle lane, run that middle bottom lane coming off of turn number 3 and 4. He's going to script the wall. That's going to hurt his qualifying time. Lap number 1 won't count. Lap number 1 will count as he hit the wall coming out of turn number 2. He's going to get it again. In lap number 2, he's hoping he can't be scraping the wall. Lap number 2, he's real wide. This may not be the time that he's looking for. Off for turn number 3 or 2 right there down the back straightaway. Ayrton Tobin not going to be happy with his qualifying lap. Jeff Hollingsworth qualified 16th. Down the front straightaway, and he's going to be good enough for 12th with a 30.62. 30.62. Barry Phil onto the racing surface now to start his qualifying run. Number 18, Mobile 1, the Toyota Tundra. But turn number 3 and 4. I like that line that he's got down the front straightaway here in New Hampshire. This is the Magic Mile. Very still have a little bit of magic. Jacob Jensen right there at the top of the pile with Scott Patton. Scott Patton on the pole. Barry Phil get up for 15th with a 30.71. Barry Phil going to be getting up for 15th. So we got some more drivers here, about 3 drivers less than 4 minutes left in qualifying.
Translates really well into when you're going downhill at super high speed. I mean, it's all the same stuff. It's what's the line.
As we are getting ready to get cranked up to crazy.
It's all the same stuff. It's kind of fun to get around. I don't know if you guys are just angry at wasting my time, but it's crazy.
Looks like Ray Partridge still getting some laps in. Chad Stearns out of Newcastle, Indiana. He's sitting on pit road awaiting his qualifying time here to get going. And he's going to start rolling here in that number 05 Toyota. Let's see what the driver out of Newcastle, Indiana can do. Chad Stearns on the clock now, coming down to get his first lap, as he's going to trip that timing line, and lap number 1. Well, now he tripped the timing line. And Chad Stearns now on the clock. Chad Stearns out of Newcastle, Indiana. First lap getting up for 24 at 31.09. Off of turn number 3 and 4, looking to do better. Mike Damani checking in, saying good luck tonight. We're going to need it. Down to get lap number 2. It's going to be good enough for 8th quickest. On the racing surface right now with a 31.07. That's his first lap. Auburn Hills, Michigan native. Matt Sisler. Right now good enough for 25th fastest. Hoping to get better on his second lap. Dustin Burns. We got about 4 seconds left to go. Matt Sisler going to be good enough for 19th. As we get ready to get gridded up here. We're going to lose all this. And then we're going to hide all that. is the 64, or the 46 truck of Scott Patton. To the side is Jacob Jensen. Row number 2, you'll find Bentley Glazer and Butch Davis out of the FBR contender. Row number 3, you have Shane Jensen and the Beltrami Salami. Number 14, Bob Beltrami. Row number 4 is where you'll find Brian Barnes and Chad Stearns out of Newcastle, Indiana. Row number 5, you'll find Liam Murphy out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Wayne Hutchinson. Row number 6, Jeff Hollingsworth and Chris Samar. Row number 7, you'll find Liv Moss, Eric Tobin, and Ray Partridge in that number 21 truck. Row number 8, season 54 champion Ryan Steele and to his outside Barry Phil. Row number 9 is where you'll find Todd Miles and Hello Earl Weaver. Row number 19 is where you'll find Matt Sisler and the 88 truck of John Kenyon. Row number 11, Julian Ritchie and Charlie Woods. Row number 12 is where you'll find Dustin Burns and John Deere Green, David Weaver. Row number 13, Scott Kukas, the Seattle Kraken himself, and Keith Calden. And that will round out your field here tonight as we get ready to go. We're racing here for 120 laps. Ryan Steele looking to go 2 for 2, go back to back in so many weeks. One last week at Richmond. Did the Polish victory lap. Who's going to be standing on top here tonight after 120 laps? We're getting ready to find out. Stick around. You'll find out too here live on ABSN. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button as we get ready to get crazy here. Down that back straightaway, one pace lights are out of the pace car and out on our speedway. As Barney's got the green flag in hand. As the field comes out of turns 3 and 4, race fan this time to do it for Dale. To be like Biff. And as the field comes through the Geico Research Zone, we are going to race like Rowdy. Leading lap number 1 will be the 19 truck of Scott Patton at 19 on our live timing, 46 on the screen. Bentley Glazer going to the extreme inside. He's going to use up every inch of that racetrack. And right now it's about a 0.25 second lead, 0.30 to be exact. Remind you, we are short track racing for the second consecutive week as they come down the back straightaway here. And the turn number 1, Bentley Glazer still using the inside, the extreme inside. It's like he found another lane as the field comes screaming out of turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Everybody's just being calm, full collection. Scott Patton getting the fastest lap of the race so far. Jacob Jensen there in a Team Watson, number 64. Out performance. And the FBR contingent is strong here tonight in the Emerald State. Butch Davis being challenged by Bentley Glazer off of turn number 2. And down the back straightaway. These guys are going to be making moves early and often. little bit further back into the field we go. And you got Matt Beltrami there in the top 5. He's our round 1 winner, winning at Daytona on the network premiere of ABSN, the Accelerating Broadcasting Sports Network. Shane Jensen right there in that number 8 truck. Now it's really important to note the closing rate on these race trucks. And, you know, you might be closer than you think to the truck in front of you. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Butch Davis right there in pursuit of that Team Watson number 64. Butch Davis and that FBR team, they're really a strong contender here when they come out and race here in that Dodge Ram, that number 43 truck. And back to one of my favorite paint schemes of the night, Chris Lamartin and Strickland Propane Tank. The Strickland Propane number 77. That is Hank Hill on the side of that race truck. Usually when Hank Hill comes out to play, Chris Lamartin's going to do some good things on that racing surface. Jeff Hollingsworth, as we saw him earlier on the Blue Ridge Racing Network with the Downforce Series. Came over here, got done. Coast Guard sponsor number 97 Dodge Ram. Putting Liam Irving under fire here. You can see Liam Irving just get a little bit loose. And you got drivers still going all the way down to the extreme inside here, lap number 8 of 120. 60 laps at the halfway point. We take it back out to the wide photo. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Jacob Jensen has ran down Scott Patton. It's now 0.13. It's less than a blood alcohol rating. I mean, it's less than the legal limit, that is. Jacob Jensen looking to the inside. Now, Jacob Jensen is so strong at these races, especially when you're playing the long game. And you have to be in this league. This league is very difficult to race in. As now you got Bentley Glazer, who you see on Sunday night on with the Icon Cup Series and over there on HMS TV. We should give those guys a like, share, and subscribe. Also, they do a great job over there. 10 laps on the board, 9 in, as we're getting ready to take lap 11 and go 10 laps in. 120 laps is the distance here tonight. Bentley Glazer is still looking to the inside of Butch Davis. Davis, take it easy, buddy. Take it easy. He's going to fit up the 56 truck for now. As right now we got a 4-horse race here for the race lead on lap number 11, coming to get 12, putting 11 in the history books. 26 trucks here tonight. Only one can be the race winner. Liam Irving might have an issue as he is in a hornet's nest. Drivers Chris Martin goes around him. Bentley, Ryan Steele right behind him. Here comes Aaron Tobin. And, you know, talking to Liam pre-race, you know, I had a chance to chat with Liam Irving, and he said, you know, I told Liam, I said, this track, I feel like plays in your driving style. He said, look, man, he goes, if I get a top 10 out of the night, I'm just be good. Not having the rookie season he had, that he'd hoped to have. Had a real good run last weekend at Richmond. I feel like a win's coming for him, this season. May not happen right away, but he stuck it out. He's finishing races. You know, and he's just a super competitive guy that wants to win. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, still got this 4-truck battle for the race lead. Butch Davis looking to find something on the outside. He's going all the way up by the wall. He's going to try that diamond off the corner. He's going to try to get a run on Bentley Glazer. Bentley Glazer, though, right up in front of Butch Davis. 13 in, working lap 14 now. Things are going to happen really quickly. I hope we stay green. I hope I didn't just book the broadcaster's jinx. Right now, Scott Patton has led them all, has led all 15. Bob Beltrami still under fire. Shane Jensen. Shane Jensen looking to the inside. Bob Beltrami going to play the long game, let him go on by. Bob probably feels like that Shane Jensen's just a little bit faster than that number 14 truck. Chad Stearns also right behind that 14 truck. He's looking to the inside. Shane Jensen gonna take it wide. Oh, this is good. And we got movement up in front. Jacob Jensen finally gonna wrestle the lead and try to make it official. Here comes Scott Patton right back after him. He definitely has an answer. Right now there's more action than a Waffle House at 3 a.m. up here in the front. Look at Bentley Glazer there on the inside. He's going to wrestle second away from Jacob Jensen. Right now, Butch Davis has the best seat in the house for all of this. Oh, they didn't touch yet. This is going to be Jacob Jensen, Bentley Glazer. Coming off of turn number 3 and 4. Did anybody tell him it's only lap 17? Side by side, Goodyear to Goodyear, door handle to door handle. Bentley Glazer looking for the second position and a little bit more, including the lead. Down the back straightaway, he's got to run. John Force special between Glazer and Jensen. And Bentley Glazer has found something on the inside of that racetrack. As right now it's .014. This is getting good. This is worth the price of admission here. Lap number 19. 18 laps in. These guys are battling hard. It's a 3-horse race for the race lead right now. Bentley Glazer trying to find that lower line. Making it work, circling. He's going to take the hub around the corners. To the inside, here goes Bentley Glazer. He's going to get the race lead momentarily. He's going to come off turn number 3 and 4 and try to make it official down the back straightaway. Scott Patton, he's going to try that Bentley Glazer line. He's going to get the run. We got a slide job. Glazer going to cross underneath him. Glazer, just tries to cross underneath him. Scott Patton going to make it official here. Jacob Jensen, though, he's going to try to make it 3 wide. Bentley Glazer going to take the race lead right back. If you're not tuning in, make sure you get those bells ringing. That way you're notified every time we go on the air with the Western States Racing League. We still got a long time to go. This is rolling around number 7. Bentley Glazer going to get a little bit loose. He's still got the outside. He's going to make it official at the line. Glazer still with the race lead. Scott Patton, though, he's in second position. They're going to drag race down the back straightaway. And right now, Bentley Glazer still starts to put a little bit of time ahead of the Bandit Motorsports number 46 on your screen at 19 in her hearts. And then here comes the FBR contingent of Butch Davis, Chad Stern right behind them. And right now, Chad Stearns and Butch Davis are right behind, or right in the middle of Kavu Motorsports Bandit. These guys have been side by side for the last handful of laps. Shane Jensen driving it out to a 1 second lead now. And Jacob Jensen now going to be on the inside. He's going to slide up in front of Scott Patton. Lap 24 of 120. These guys might try to make it a one-stop race, maybe even a two-stop race. Every time I try to figure out fuel mileage, I fail at it miserably. But nonetheless, the Billy Glazer still leads over a second and a half now. Billy Glazer driving away. Jacob Jensen, though, is under fire from Scott Patton. Scott Patton now under fire from Chad Stearns and Shane Jensen. Rich Davis right now. They're going side by side. Holy smokes. Down the front straightaway one more time. Bentley Glazer. Here we are 26 laps in. Down the back straightaway. Chad Stearns, Scott Patton, Shane Jensen, Jacob Jensen, Bentley Glazer rounding out your top five. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on your phones, in your homes, wherever you may be watching the Western States Racing League. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Make sure you get those likes, shares, and subscribe buttons hit. We are on the road to 200 subscribers here. We done hit 100. We're at 102 right now, so we've got about 98 left to go before we get to the 200 mark. And we're at baby step mode. Barry Phil already on pit road. He's going to come down, and looks like he got some damage. He might have clipped the wall there. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it is look, Bentley Glazer starting the lap drivers. Keith Kelman right there. That's the first driver going to be a lap down. High Rock vodka entry for Keith Kelman, rather, and Bentley Glazer's right there. We go on board with the 36 truck. He's about to put Keith Kelman there in 25th, a lap down. Barry Phil on pit road. He's had damage. $30 laps in the history books right now. Well, it's been Bentley Glazer for quite some time here. Bentley Glazer going to go around Keith Kelman with ease. And you got the 05 of Chad Stearns currently running in second, with Jacob Jensen right behind him. 31 laps in. We're working lap number 32 at 120. Scott Patton has fallen all the way back to fourth. In danger of losing the top five here, as he's got some pretty strong trucks right behind him. Keith Kelman now a lap down. Got Patton trying to get back around that 8 truck of Shane Jensen. Patton all over the tailgate as we go on board with the number 19 truck, or 46, depending on what number you're rooting for. And he's going to get real close. Oh, that's about as close as you can get. I got to know something. And it's almost like he's all the way down to 81 miles an hour in the corner. Lap number 35 of 120 out of Merrimack. He's trying to stay those brakes, so he's clutching it to slow his truck down. He's trying to use that motor to slow his truck down. Lap number 36 of 120 laps of the history books here. We take a look at the upcoming races for the Western States Racing League. Next week, we are at Daytona for 64 laps of high-flying action September 1st. 146 laps at the Lady in Black. And in September 8th, we are off. And then we come back on September 15th with a trip to Bristol, Kansas, Las Vegas, and then October 6th, we head to Charlotte. So we're getting ready to get into the meat and potatoes part of the season. Come back out to the live picture. We're working lap number 38 at 120. Right now, Bentley Glazer still leading. He's now put Chewy and Richie a lap down. And right now, Bentley Glazer's lap all the way up to 21st. Liam Murphy, our driver from Minneapolis, Minnesota right now, currently resides in that 13th position. Hasn't really hit anything, now bounced off the wall. Got a little bit loose on camera, don't make a liar of it. Lap number 39 of 120, 38 laps in the history book. Hollingworth, right there in the number 97 truck ahead of the 21 truck of Ray Partridge. He's 24 in lifetime. Well, he's 21 on the screen. We're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the night. We're going to go side by side. You won't miss a thing here on ABSN. We're going to hear from Shane Cochran and the Collateral Damage Sports.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our Race Results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the Tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and more to keep your audience plugged into your stream, whether it's rolling grids and podiums, performance breakdowns by car, club, class, and team, or even pulling your Sim Racer Hub standings automatically. Join these elite broadcast partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at CollateralDamageSportsNetwork.com.
Thank you, Shane Cochran, for telling us all about the CollateralSportsDamage.com as we are working lap number 42. same way we just left you right now. Bentley Glazer out to a 3.65 second lead over Chad Stearns in that number 05 truck. Now as he's getting ready to go around Chad, or the 46 truck of David Weaver. That's Earl Weaver. Too many Weavers and not too many Earls and Daves. Bentley Glazer making it happen out there too. We're looking at some battles here. Bob Beltrami found himself in a mess, or in a pickle rather. I would imagine we're just getting ready to start once again, we want to remind everybody to go ahead, hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscribe button, and hit those bells. That way you're notified every time that ABSN and Western States Racing League comes on the air. Don't forget tomorrow night. We're right back here in the trucks with the lost my train of thought. No worries. And the V-Speed Contender Series as they go truck racing tomorrow at Loudon. Great debut here on ABSN for that one. Right now, Bentley Glazer hits so hard. Battling it out with Jeff Hollinger. Number 97 truck. Putting Bentley Glazer, or Bob Beltrami under fire. Bentley Glazer leads by 3.70 seconds. Hollingsworth, Beltrami going to do a drive towards Central. And just as we said that, Wayne Hutchinson, our neighbor from the north, starting to catch up just a little bit. We're working lap number 48 of 120. And just behind these guys, you got Wayne Hutchinson and Liam. Liam looking to the inside of the 17 truck. He's going to have the line. Can he get there? That would put him just outside the top 10. Liam doing everything he can to stay off of the wall or another driver. That's what he did egregious. But right now, if this thing were to go, if we were to have a caution, we would have Bentley Glazer's all that time that he drove out to a 4-second lead would all be erased. Meanwhile, Liam Irving doing us proud up here in the ABSN booth. He's going to think better of it. He says, you know what, I'm not going to pass Wayne Hutchinson this guy. Breaking news from Marshalltown, Iowa. Spoiler alert. Bobby Pierce, smooth operator, wins the Flow Racing Night in America feature. Whoops. Did it again. Liam Irving going to see the extreme outside, 4 seconds ahead. And he's got Charlie Woods, his next truck, put a lap down. These guys' teammates on Sunday nights. I mean, Bentley Glazer just looks super smooth. And my goodness. Liam Merving now up to 11th. Chad Stern is close to competition. Harrison Tobin a lap down. In fact, Harrison Tobin's a couple laps down. I mean, lap number 53, 52 laps in the history book to go. We're watching Chad Stern, Jacob Vincent, Ryan Steele, your season 54 winner. He was champion of last season. This is one of my favorites. I don't think I mentioned it already. Hank Hill on the side of that 77 truck. I think that'd be Mike Damani too. That might be Mike's favorite picture. Anyways, lap number 54, Keith Dubbin on pit road. Harrison Tobin now lap down, 26 laps down. Barry Phil, I would be all right to say that Barry Phil has won the race in the beer stand. Right now, Chris Martin is selling propane and propane accessories. Just saying. Scott Patton, your pole sitter, 5 spots in the wrong direction. Yes. Here on lap 56, 55 laps, and the history book to go. Keith Delman still on pit road. Now we got pit stops coming in. So you can go 56 laps. They're going to try to make a few stop race. Jacob Vincent going to now take over the race lead. This day it's gone 57 laps of caution-free racing. Once again, I hope I didn't just jinx everybody. Jacob Jensen, Ryan Steele, Chris Martin, Scott Patton, Shane Jensen. That's your top 5 right now. We're going to go ahead and step aside for one more commercial break. We'll be right back as we have pit stops.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our race results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and more to keep your audience plugged into your stream, whether it's rolling grids and podiums, performance breakdowns by car, club, class, and team, or even pulling your sim racer hub standings automatically. Join these elite broadcast partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com. The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our race results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and more to keep your audience plugged into your stream, whether it's rolling grids and podiums, performance breakdowns by car, club, class, and team, or even pulling your sim racer hub standings automatically. Join these elite broadcast partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
Welcome back to Loudon, New Hampshire, under a first caution of the night. And it only took about 60 laps to do it, but nonetheless, we still did it. And it looks like it's going to be at the hands of Butch Davis. We're going to go ahead and get to the chopper and see what happened to the 43 truck. And he's going to get a little bit loose. There he goes around and oh, a couple trucks barely missing. A mistake that Butch Davis rarely makes. We want to thank Shane Cochran for telling us all about the Collateral Sports Damage Network. Everybody's going to come down pit road, I'm sure. A couple drivers. And it looks like Eric Tobin going to get his lap back. All right, we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The lights are out on the speedway and on that pace truck. It's going to be Jensen, Laser, Pat, Steele, Samard. That's your top 5. Barnes, put him in there to make him top 6. All right, here we go. Turn number 3 and 4. Barney's got the green flag in hand through the Echo Park restart zone. We're back to green flag racing. Bentley Glazer going to take the lead away from Jacob Jensen here at lap 55, just short of halfway. Jacob Jensen right there in second position. Ryan Scott Batten and third is the racer in right now. That would be your podium. Ryan still back there looking on the inside of the 21 truck. Bentley Glazer leading the parade around this racetrack. Lap number 66. Lap 66 of 120, 120 laps is the distance here tonight. First caution didn't come out until, oh, now we got our second caution of the night, and John Kenyon, for a reason. See what happened to John Kenyon, caution, 3 cautions. It looks like he's gonna get a little hard on the go-go pedal. It's chef's kiss into the inside retaining wall. As we are now under caution for the second time here tonight in so many laps. So these guys are gonna Bentley lights are down. A couple drivers trying to pull the old whoopsie doozy. They're going to come down and get his services. Jacob Jensen there will now take over the race lead along with Scott Patton. Alright, lights should be going out this time by. Thank everybody for tuning in here, hitting those likes, shares, and subscribes. Make sure you get the hit. So we are notified every time the WSRL, the Western States Racing League, comes on the air. These guys are going to start getting doubled up behind that iRacing.com pace truck. As we get ready to come back to green flag racing. It's going to be Jacob Jensen, Scott Patton, Ryan Still, Brian Barnes. Top 4, then Samard and Jensen. It's going to be top 6. Down the back straightaway. Right, here we go. Green flag is back in the air. We are back to green flag racing. Jacob Jensen going to get the early lead off of Scott Patton. Ryan Steele, your season 54 champion. Here at lap 71 of 120, we're nearing that 100 lap mark. We are on the second half of this race. Here comes Scott Patton looking to the inside of the. Can he get the race lead right now? Ooh, a couple trucks touching the wall. They come down to turn number one. Jensen gonna cross Patton over. Patton thought about the slide job. We are loving touching and squeezing coming down the back straightaway. Jensen, don't slide up, buddy. Lap number 72 of 120. 71 laps in the history books we go. Jensen, Patton, side by side, Goodyear to Goodyear, door handle to door handle. We knew these guys were going to be tough customers. Oh, don't touch the wall. Right now we got more action than a Waffle House at 3 a.m. Still, here comes Ryan Steele at third place truck. He was going to get in on the party. Jacob Jensen starting to fall back, starting to lose touch. 0.015 interval. Ryan Steele, your season 54 champion. Round number 7 here in the 2025 or 2026 rendition. Right now, Scott Patton and Jacob Jensen still battling it out. Now you got Scott Patton driving away from Jacob Jensen. Ryan Steele looking to make it a 3-horse battle. He's up 12 spots. Let's take a look at your fastest 5 for 5. See who's the fastest on the racetrack right now. Fastest 5 for 5 lap average. And isn't it weird that they're all in order? Bentley Glazer all the way back there in 8th. He's trying to get around the 21 truck. We're working our way to lap 77. Ryan Steele now your biggest mover. He's gained 12 positions. He currently resides in 12th, then 10th. The second driver up 10 spots. He started 15th, and currently Chris Samard's up 7 spots. He started. He's in 5th. Lap number 78. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the YouTube.com live chat. Mike DeMoney wishing us a good luck. And what we're going to do is we're going to head step aside for one more commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our race results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and more to keep your audience plugged into your stream, whether it's rolling grids and podiums, performance breakdowns by car, club, class, and team, or even pulling your Sim Racer hub standings automatically. Join these elite broadcast partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
Thank you, Shane Jensen, or Shane Cochran, for telling us about the Collateral Sports Damage Network. Scott Patton out to a half-second lead, setting the high, wide, and handsome over the 64 truck of Jacob Jensen. Wow, I'm really bad at names right now. Ryan Steele, your season 54 champion, back there in third. Now, if the race were to end right now, that would be your podium. Patton, Jensen, Steele, Billy Glazer, and hot pursuit of those trucks. Meanwhile, he's in hot pursuit of the top 3, riding back there fourth. To make matters worse, there you go. You got Brian Barnes and Chris Simpson, or Chris Samard rather. Chris Samard. I'm really bad at names. Anyway, we'll get there. Lap number 83, 82 laps to end the history books. Chris Samard under fire right now from Brian Barnes. This is one of those times in a race like this where you get those lulls. Those dips in the action. Shane Jensen back there. Ray Parker and Chad Stern. Right now we got Scott Patton under fire. And now Jacob Jensen is just closed in that interval ever so slightly, 15 laps, so we get to 116 laps rather. And then we got the 20 lap sprint beyond that. So Can Scott Patton break through and pick him up a win here tonight? We come back here, we want to highlight Liam Irving, who's just outside that top 10. Liam Irving playing the long game, trying to be as patient as physically possible. Lap number 86, 85 laps in the history books. Liam Irving riding back here in that 11th position. Would love to get himself a top 10. And, you know, he's right about where he said he's going to probably run at most of the night. As Jacob Jensen looks underneath. Oh, the touch. A little bit of love and touch and squeezing going on between your leaders. Jacob Jensen going to try to make it official at the line. This is dynamite. Dynamite. This is what this league is all about here in lap number 88. Matt Sisler 23 laps down. He's coming 3 laps down. Barry Phil wins the race in the beer stand tonight. 15 trucks left on the lead lap here. Jacob Jensen, Scott Patton, Bentley Glazer, your top 3. Barry Phil wins the race in the beer stand tonight. Bentley Glazer back there. Try and steal your season 54 champion up 11 spots. Now, mind you, some of these drivers didn't qualify. I mean, it's pretty much like your pole sitters up here in the front just racing it out. We are working out number 90 of 120, so we got 10 or 11 laps so we get to the 100 lap mark. And I'm willing to bet we got about 31 to go. Because Bentley Glitter trying to get into that conversation with the lead. Jacob Jensen out in front, but at the tune of 2.25 seconds over Scott Patton. Here comes Bentley Glazer. He's looking to make a move. 30 miles to go, 30 laps remaining from New Hampshire. We're going to go ahead and take our final break of the night. We'll be back on the other side to bring you the end of the Western States Racing League round number 7. We'll be right back.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our race results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and more to keep your audience plugged into your stream, whether it's rolling grids and podiums, performance breakdowns by car, club, class, and team, or even pulling your Sim Racer Hub standings automatically. Join these elite broadcast partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
Thank you to Shane Cochran for telling us all about the Collateral Sports Damage Network. While we're away, Bentley Glazer gets around Scott Patton. Now he's looking for second position, a little bit more, 27 laps to go here. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on your phones, in your homes, wherever you may be watching. Hope the audio is a lot better tonight than it was last week. It's something we've been working through here. 26 laps remaining. Don't forget to catch us tomorrow night as we go V-Speed Contender Racing. And, you know, just join us tomorrow evening as we bring you all the action of that racing league. 26 laps to go. Down the front straightaway. And Jensen going to have the final say. Five seconds remain for that driver right there. And the 64 truck. Bentley Glazer looking to the inside. .24 seconds remain for this driver and the 64 truck. Will we have another first-time winner? .24 laps remain for this driver right here in the 64 truck, making 23 for this driver in the 64 truck, Jacob Jensen, and he's under fire from the 36 truck still. Let everybody know today is unofficially official Kyle Busch Day. Billy Glazer going all the way down to the inside, 22 laps to go. Can he make the pass and make it official down the back straightaway? Maybe. They're going to drag race for it. Jacob Jensen still battling pretty hard with Bentley Glazer, right, or Scott Patton in the mix there still. Bentley Glazer still battling Jacob Jensen. He's going to try to make it official. Down the front short, Glazer going to make it official this time by 20 seconds remaining. Glazer Jensen still battling it out. Patton still trying to get in there. Look at Liam. He's up there in the top 8 right now. And he told me before we went on the air, he goes, you know, I just don't know. This track really doesn't, you know, suit my driving style. 19 miles left to go here from 19 laps to go from New Hampshire. See if we can find some of these other battles. Butch Davis on the recovery drive there. Scott Kukas. He's also on the recovery run. Ray Partridge, Bob Beltrami back here in the Beltrami Salami number 14. Laps remaining. This is still the best battle on the racetrack right now. $17 laps to go. Billy Glazer now driving out to 2.5 seconds. does Jacob Jensen and Scott Patton any save for the race leader? Blazer, Jensen, Patton, Stern, Steele, Samard, Burns, Irving, Jensen, Partridge. That's your top 10. Ryan Steele once again, your season 54 champion, 15 laps to go. Chris Samard looking to the inside of Ryan Steele to get a top 5 here. Is he going to be able to make it? 14 seconds remaining right now. Bentley Glazer out front to the tune of 1 second. I think the Sanded Hourglass are starting to run out for the 77 truck. Here he goes on the inside of Ryan Steele. They're side by side, Goodyear to Goodyear down the front straightaway. Can Samard make it official for top 5? And no, not yet. 13 laps remaining. Laps to go. We're watching this battle between Samard and Steele. This is a battle for 5th. Ryan Steele is going to have it momentarily. He's going to make it official at the line with a dozen left. Laps to go right now. Back at the ranch. Bentley's Laser working their way around live traffic. Eleven laps to go for this man right here. Bentley's Laser here. Jacob Jensen is all but caught. That's number 36 truck. Jacob Jensen finding another gear. Blazer, Jensen, Patton, that's your top 3. Just 10 laps remaining. At one time, Bentley Glazer had almost a 4-second lead. That got reversed. Ever since he had that race in the big lead, he has not been able to replicate it. 9 laps remaining here. And right now, if you're Jacob Jensen, you're right behind the leader, you're hoping that Jacob Jensen will mess up just enough. I mean, not like spin out, but just mess up just enough. So that way Jacob Jensen can get by. Eight laps remaining. Bentley Glazer almost a half second. I wouldn't even call it a half second. That's not even a half second. Seven laps to go. We're right along with Jacob Jensen back out to the line. 7 laps to go. We're almost there. I mean, essentially 7 miles right now. Turn number 3 and 4 to get 6 laps to go. I haven't done the last yet. Half a dozen remaining score. This driver out of Old Guys Rule Racing, Bentley Glazer. And it's going to be fun to talk to him after this one. 5 to go. 5 phalanges in the air this time by. The next truck to go lap down is Butch Davis out of FBR. He's down 9 spots. Charlie Woods already a lap down. Another lap down. Butch Davis trying to avoid going a lap down. Balbo Trumby trying to do the same thing. We got 4 laps to go from New Hampshire. Don't forget, next week, 64 laps at Daytona. That's going to be a fun one. We go super speedway racing. Bentley Glazer just loves to be up here in the broadcast booth. So last week was right still. This will be the first multi-week winner so far. Three laps to go. Laps remaining for this driver right here, the 36 truck. That's Bentley Glazer. The tune of 0.38. As they come out of turn number 3 and 4. Onto the front straightaway. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 miles left for Bentley Glazer. Jacob Jensen, the hourglass, the stands in the hourglass are running out. Down the back straightaway. 2 cautions the whole night. Coming off of turn number 3 and 4, Popsicle 6 go down. The white flag comes out. We're racing back to checkers. White flag is in the air for Jacob Jensen, or Bentley Glazer rather. I had to see Harvey the whole race. Jacob Jensen a full half second behind him. Bentley Glazer holding on to the second. Off turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Bentley Glazer's gonna take the win here at New Hampshire. Your podium. Bentley Glazer, Chad Stearns, Jacob Jensen. Bentley Glazer gonna go ahead and burn it down. Oh, I cannot wait to talk to some of these drivers here tonight. As Bentley Glazer, Jacob Jensen, and Shane and Chad Stearns should be making their way up to the broadcast booth. We got one of the drivers in the booth in the waiting room. ahead and talk to our third pusher. Maybe. Bentley Glazer. He is. And we'll go ahead and talk to our race winner. Bentley, it's Alan up here in the ABSN booth. How is it going?
Oh, it's going good.
I think you just like talking to me for some reason because you seem to win a lot of these races.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying this year, trying to get the championship.
Definitely. And, here you are. I believe this is your second win in so many weeks here, I believe. So, once again, congratulations. Take us to that race.
I was able to run the apron, and that helped me a lot making passes. Jacob showed me that in practice. I kind of copied him and finally figured it out. I was able to pass the lap cars pretty easy too, so it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And, next week we go to Daytona. And, it's just cool watching you. And it looked like you and Jacob Jensen were going to be battling it out. And then you see, you got out to the biggest lead of the night. And, just what a race that you guys had.
Yeah, I lucked out with the cautions because I wasn't going to make it on fuel. And a lot of the guys made it halfway. So that caution saved me.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week we go to Daytona. What's the strategy going to be as we head into Daytona for 64 laps next week?
Just survive and practice pit stops. I know we pit a lot because we have short fuel there. And just hope for the best. I'm not very good at restrictor plate races. I haven't won one in years, a long time. So we'll just try our best.
Well, look, man, before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank and who helped you get it done on that number 36 truck?
Thank you for broadcasting. Thanks, Bob Beltrami, for putting on the league. And thanks, Jeff and Charlie, for racing with me tonight.
Awesome job. Congratulations on that race win. We'll get you out of here to celebrate it with your team.
Thank you very much.
And that was the voice of Bentley Glazer. Up next into the booth, the driver who tried to make it close, Jacob Jensen. Jacob, almost, man. You were running Bentley down, and then you guys were loving, touching, squeezing all night long. Take us to that race and what more you could have needed to get by Bentley there.
Well, I probably should have pitted with Bentley. The tires were definitely a big deal for the night. I just didn't think that he could make it all the way through because it wasn't the easiest thing to pass around there tonight. So it kind of surprised me that he was able to get back up there. But a really good race for him. It would have been interesting to see if it would have gone green the entire way, how that would have panned out with him doing what looked to be doing a second stop. That would have probably just been a splash and go, and then me just making it to the end on one stop. But the way that panned out, it was a really good race for him, and it was a lot of fun racing him. I just needed just a touch more of the tires, but they just weren't there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like that you and Bentley were the class of the field all night. You both he's up 2 spots. He's right where you started, is right where you finished. Next week we head into Daytona. What's that team aspect going to be like as you and Shane work through Daytona next week together?
Well, we've had some bad Daytonas for sure. I remember one year we were wrecking each other coming into the pit lane, but we'll see what we can do this year. It's always hard to get linked up and then start going together, but if we can get linked up and we're up front, we'll definitely have something for the other teams. If we can't get linked up, who knows what's going to happen. We're a very small team and there's a lot of larger 5-6 car teams, so it won't be the easiest for me for sure, but we'll see what happens. And it should be a good night, hopefully, for both of us.
Well, look, man, before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank you helped you get it done on that 64 ride?
Well, always got to thank the good Lord through the ups and the downs, and tonight was definitely not as good as it could have been, but still a big up. I want to thank my dad. He had a decent top 10 going. A little bit of strategy errors for him, but he's definitely learning and getting faster. I want to thank The rest of my family want to thank a whole bunch of friends. Want to thank my sponsors at TWRS. If you're looking for setups, go to them. They have amazing setups for all 3 series, A, B, and C, and they're all awesome. Icon Apparel, WLTT Motorsports, Cabu Performance, and just gotta thank you and Bob for putting the show together.
Awesome job. Well, once again, congratulations on the second place finish. We'll see you next week at Daytona.
Have a nice one.
Yep, and that was the voice of Jacob Jensen. Before we get out of here for tonight, we got one piece of business left to take care of, and that's to go over those final results one more time. As we're going to get rid of that. Maybe. There we go. That's why it wouldn't go anywhere. Okay. Gonna hide all that. Here we go. New Hampshire. You heard from Bitley and Jacob Jensen. Chad Stearns will finish third. Fourth will go to Scott Patton. Chris Samard will finish fifth. Ryan Steele will bring home sixth. Seventh go to Brian Barnes. Liam Ervig on a good little streak going on here. His second top 10 in 2 weeks. Finishes eighth. Ray Partridge. Shane Jensen finished 10th. The rest of the field will scroll at the bottom of your screen. We went 120 laps for 122 miles, 7 different lead changes amongst 4 different leaders, 2 caution periods on the night for a total of 6 laps. Scott Patton gets the pole. Butch Davis gets the fastest lap of the race, a 30.56. The most laps led was 64 laps with Billy Glazer, and Scott Kukas gets the hard charger for the night. Want to thank everybody for tuning in on your phones, or in your homes, on your phones, wherever you may be cheering on the Western States Racing League. And for Bob Beltrami and myself here at ABSN, want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. And as always, as you walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic, everybody.